Alright, how's everyone doing today? We're going to get started in a little bit. I just want to test all my different streams, making sure everything's working alright. Alright, and turn on my slideshow. Should mute this a little bit. Alright, we're going to cover a lot of information today. So this is the overview. Before I do this, I'm going to start my other streams real quick. So we're also streaming on different platforms today. Now, I may not check through all the comments right away, but you guys can. The best place to connect with me is on YouTube. On YouTube, there are chat boxes, and using the chat box, you guys can ask me different questions regarding what I'm sharing. So I don't know if Kick's going to work. I've been having trouble with it the last couple of days, but no worries. We are still live on Rumble, and we are also live on Facebook and YouTube. Alright. I'm going to get this party started. Alright. So we're going to talk a lot about digestive issues. These are some of the topics that we'll be covering. I'm going to give you a digestive system overview. Here, if you are on this call, what is the title of this call? The title of this call, The Great Poop Analysis of 2025. Time to drop last year's baggage. I know it may sound a little bit extreme, but there are people out there. It's already January 13th. They may be still getting all their, they still have waste material stuck inside their body from 2024. So we're going to help you guys out with that. If you're looking for chronic constipation relief, if you're looking to improve your digestive health, if you are looking to lose weight, okay, if you want to really go to the next level in your personal health, you want to first start here. This is the outline. You want to go over your digestive system. We're going to talk about the overview. I'm going to share a detox protocol with you. I've been using over 5 years. I taught this to myself, taught this to my own family members, and hundreds of people all around the world how to get this done. Next, we'll talk about liabilities, concerns. Many of you don't understand. If you don't fix your chronic constipation, even a mild one, you're going to have a lot of problems down the line. Next, we're going to talk about internal parasites, how you may be plagued with internal parasites right now, how to get rid of them. I'm going to give you guys some detox protocols, how to eliminate internal parasites. Next, we're going to give you a little bit of introduction to liver health. A lot of people don't even understand how their liver functions and what it does and what you need to do to improve the condition of your liver. And also a little bit about kidney health. So a little bit about myself. 2015, I was struggling with a lot of weight loss rebound. I went to the gym very often, 5-6 times in a week. I had a personal trainer, workout plans. I try to eat right, have protein shakes, and I was just be 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I will lose a couple of pounds, but I gain it all back and then some. 2024, last year, I have the 6-pack abs all year round. And I've been looking like this pretty much the last couple of years. So I'm going to share with you what I did to achieve this type of result. It wasn't easy. It wasn't overnight success. It was really understanding about how my digestive system worked. I was dealing with a lot of chronic constipation in the past. I had really poor sinus congestion. I also had restless feet syndrome. I had skin rashes that would just come up and flare every once in a while. overall discomfort. And I started to learn about my digestive system because I had chronic constipation. I would not use the bathroom maybe 2 to 3 days at a time, sometimes 3 or 4 days at a time. And it just kept getting progressively worse. Now, if you're in this situation, you're in the right call. I'm going to teach you guys how to fix your digestive system. But you need to first understand how your digestive system works. We all have the same system. So food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Digestive enzymes breaking down the food, and over time, food enters your small intestines next for nutrient absorption. Your small intestines is incredibly long. It is 4.5 meters, roughly 15 feet, followed by the large intestines, another 1.5 meters, another 5 feet in length. So that's your digestive system. It's a very long piece of pipework. What is chronic constipation? I'm going to share with you just like this. This is a picture of the colon. The colon is compacted with fecal matter. All the food you've eaten all over the years, you're not able to get it out. Now, picture on the right, somebody that has clear colon, they got the waste material out of the body. You need to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. How do you define chronic constipation? If you're not going to the bathroom every single day, consistently, multiple times a day, you're chronically constipated. There's still remnants of old food that you've eaten from last year that are still currently stuck inside your colon. You need to eliminate. This is another way for you to understand how your digestive system works. It's a very long piece of pipework. Now, food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Digestive enzymes breaking down the food, and over time, food enters your small intestines next for nutrient absorption. And eventually, it's going to make its way into your large intestines for feces formation and elimination. Small intestines 4.5 meters, 15 feet, followed by the large intestines, another 1.5 meters in length, another 5 feet. That is a combined length of 6 meters or roughly 20 feet. What goes in through your mouth must exit out the back as waste elimination. I know it sounds very simple, but most people, they're not getting this done. Okay, how do I know? I'll tell you that in a little bit. Give you a little bit of perspective. From the floor to the basketball rim is 10 feet off the floor, roughly 3 meters. If you stack another NBA hoop on top of the first one, this combined height is 20 feet, roughly 6 meters. So this combined height is the length or distance of your small and large intestines combined. You need to clean out this pipework comprehensively on a regular basis to even have some type of a chance. If you're talking about, hey, if you want to improve your health for the long term, if you're talking about life extension, it starts here, detox. Many people all around the world struggling with chronic constipation. How do I know? Keyword analysis tells me. People all around the world are keying in Google and Bing, Yahoo search, constipation. I have chronic constipation. How do I fix it? Not just in the English language, people are keying these keywords in French, German, Italian, Korean, Chinese, Swedish, Polish, Norwegian, Finnish, Farsi, Arabic. I do not care. There could be a stock market crash. There could be a real estate bubble crash. Well, the number of people looking for chronic constipation relief, that number is only going up year over year. When your elimination is incomplete, residues of old feces, there's just been building up in layers in the walls of the colon. As they putrefy, they can cause health problems, pain, and discomfort. Putrefy means decay and rot. Many people are experiencing this. What other conditions could you experience when you're dealing with chronic constipation? You have bloating, gas, abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, impaction, discomfort, general malaise, urinary problems, psychological impact, changes in bowel habits. In 2025, we also have whole body deodorants. Why is that? We no longer just have underarm deodorants. We got to get whole body ones. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with chronic constipation because you have a lot of waste material sitting inside of you. They're just putrefying inside of you. That nasty smell is going to exude or ooze through the surface of your skin. So many people, they're desperately trying to use whole body deodorants. They may be buying very expensive colognes. They might use laundry detergents, like a madman, but none of that stuff is gonna cover your putrefying waste. The struggle is very real, and I could definitely relate to this photo. I was definitely like this character on the left-hand side. I was huffing and puffing, begging and pleading, putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort on the toilet. I got veins popping on the side of my temples. After all that work, what did I get? A whole lot of nothing. A small little pebble. And many of you can probably relate to this. If you can relate to this, give me a thumbs up or show me in the comments if you're here. Be happy to connect with you. Your house is a series of pipes. Water in, water out. When you cannot get the toilet to flush down, some people, they may drop a deuce that it's just so massive. It's a couple of logs. They try to flush this toilet down, but the water keeps backing out of this toilet. Well, when that happens, your whole house is going to smell like waste because it's not going down to the sanitary sewer. This analogy, you want to use it the same way. How you look at your physical body, it is in the same type of struggle. Today I'm going to share with you a protocol that's going to help clean out the small and large intestines. Now, nothing I share is professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You have to continue to work with your doctor, naturopathic doctor, holistic doctor, to find the winning combination for you. I'm just saying, I've taught this program to myself, my own family members, and hundreds of people all around the world, not just in the English language. I've taught this in Chinese as well, how to get this done. Now, you may find other protocols online, but you can look under the comments. You'll find many people fail at those protocols. The reason why that is simply they're not following through on a specific set of directions. So my specific set of directions are proven. They're very proven. So you need apple cider vinegar. You need some type of a citrus fruit. Limes, lemons, or grapefruit. I highly recommend using grapefruit. Then you're going to buy yourself some pink salt. So you can use fine grained pink salt, and black coffee prepared separately. This is everything that you need on this table. You need a bottle of water. This bottle of water is going to have 2 liters of volume. Then you're going to get yourself a metal mesh strainer. What you guys want, you want to have a separate detox kit you can reach for week after week. I've been doing this since 2019. Doing it for over 5 years now. And I still do this protocol once a week. I do not care. I don't care if I've already restored my bowel movements. Just clean everything out, just like how you brush your teeth every morning by muscle memory. You want to have a detox protocol in. Maybe some of you don't have the time. You can do it once every 2 weeks. So bottled water, metal mesh strainer. Here you have a single press squeezer for your limes, lemons, or grapefruit. You're going to get yourself some measuring cups that must say the amount of milliliters on them. Different measuring spoons, different measuring cups that you find across the globe, it's going to be different. So you want to make sure they say the amount of milliliters on them. The measurements are important. Apple cider vinegar without any sugar or fruit infusions. Okay, pink salt. So you're going to use, if you don't want to use pink salt, fine grained pink salt, you can use food grade Epsom salt. Over here, this is a stainless steel thermos. Has about 1 liter in volume. Over here, these are stainless steel straws. The taste of the salt flush solution is not going to be great initially. You're not going to be used to it. So I tell people you can buy yourself some stainless steel straws you can use again and again to help you avert that taste. And over here, this is another stainless steel cup for your black coffee that you're going to prepare. Now I'm going to teach you how to mix everything together in the stainless steel thermos. All right? So here's a set of directions that are very important. Let's just say if you're going to do this protocol on a Saturday, Friday night, the night before, you're finishing dinner around 7:30 p.m. You're not eating any late night snacks. You can still drink some water, drink some juices, that's perfectly fine, but you're not eating any late night snacks. Next morning when you wake up, same thing. Do not eat breakfast. Drinking liquids is okay. Just drink some water, drink some juices, that's fine. At 11 a.m. on an empty stomach, make this in the stainless steel thermos. You're going to add 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. in the stainless steel thermos. That is 25 milliliters of salt total. Each tablespoon is 15 ml, and each teaspoon is 5 ml. So total, you're using 25. You're going to cut and squeeze 3 lemons or limes, or using 1 grapefruit, cut that up. You're going to squeeze it through the single press squeezer, filter it through the metal mesh strainer, okay, in the stainless steel thermos. You're going to add yourself a 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar, put it in the stainless steel thermos. You're going to add 2.5 cups of hot water in the stainless steel thermos and stir. You can stir for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Make sure that salt dissolves evenly in the stainless steel thermos. Then you're going to add another cup of hot water and stir. Okay, bring that solution to right about 1 liter in volume. Now, on your table, there should be only 3 things. You're going to have the bottled water, you're going to have the salt flush solution that you just prepared, and the black coffee is prepared separately in a stainless steel thermos. You don't want to use any objects that could break. You may have like a tall glass pitcher. Don't use that, okay, because it could break. Or you may have something that's ceramic. I don't recommend you use any items that could break, because you're going to create such a laxative effect. You may be knocking things over in the process of doing so. Now you have a whole bunch of liquids on the floor and you shatter glass. You may slip and fall while running to the bathroom. And then you're going to end up at the ER. So you're on your own. Everything, you are on your own. None of this professional medical advice. Now initially this is going to be a little bit too hot. So you're going to let this thing cool. It's just like when you first prepare black coffee, it's too hot. So you let it cool down a little bit. Same thing over here with the salt flush solution. But you're not going to let it cool so much. Just enough you can begin sipping on it. I'm going to give you specific set of directions how to drink this down. First, get into a deep diaphragmatic breathing. Before you even start drinking this, it's very important that you feel safe. And you can listen to some classical music. Any type of music will be fine. That's going to help you relax. You are going to learn and relearn how to breathe diaphragmatically. You're inhaling through the nose, and you can feel your stomach rise up and down. We're drinking this down, so this salt flush solution is going to take its time working its way through the stomach. And when the stomach feels safe, it's going to let the solution to bypass the pyloric sphincter into your small intestine. Small intestines, that is 15 feet, so it's going to take time, right? None of this is a rush. You're going to gradually finish the salt flush solution with these specific set of directions. Number 1, you're going to take a tiny sip of the bottled water, hold it in your mouth. You're going to coat over your tongue and your teeth, and then allow your senses to dull a little bit, because when you first start drinking the salt flush solution, a lot of people may find it repulsive. So that's why I'm telling them, drink a little bit of water, hold it in your mouth. And so when you start drinking the salt flush solution, you're not going to be so shocked in your senses. You're going to drink it down, and next you're going to take a tiny sip of the black coffee to reward yourself with a familiar taste. Okay, so sip on the bottled water, hold it in your mouth, take a bigger gulp of the salt flush solution, drinking it down, and you're going to sip on black coffee, optional, to reward yourself familiar taste. You're going to repeat steps 1 through 3. Do not rush. You can take 45 minutes. You can take 1 hour, 1.5 hours. If you feel like throwing up, do not do anything. Set everything aside, relax, get back into deep diaphragmatic breathing. Do nothing until those feelings subside. Once those feelings subside, then you can start drinking the salt flush solution again. Your goal is to finish the salt flush solution first. You're not trying to drink the bottled water and the salt flush solution. You're not trying to drink the black coffee. You're only using a tiny bit of the water, hold it in your mouth, followed up by the salt flush solution. You're either drinking it or using that stainless steel straw, and you're going to take a tiny sip of the black coffee again and again. Just go through these steps. But your goal is to finish the salt flush solution first, so they can begin to work its way through the small intestines, begin cleaning out the small intestines. Some people that make the mistake of drinking both the bottled water and the soft flush solution incorrect. If you do that, you're going to dilute down the soft flush solution and it's not going to work. I've done this hundreds and hundreds of times. This best solution, now this is the best method for you to complete the solution. When you're in the bathroom, I highly recommend you guys get some type of a stool. The stool was going to help elevate your feet a little bit so you end up in a squatting position. The human being, we are not designed to use the bathroom at a 90 degree. This modern toilet is the culprit of many colorectal problems, which we'll discuss later under my liabilities concerns. You don't have to buy the squatty potty. I know you've probably seen advertisements for this. Any type of a stool will work, and make sure that it's safe and sturdy so you don't fall off of it, anything like that, okay? What's going to happen is that after you finish the soft flush solution in 45 minutes, in an hour and a half, I don't care. Maybe you wait for another half an hour, 45 minutes. Eventually, you're going to feel like something is coming on, you want to use the bathroom. You're going to have this unction to use the bathroom. So you go to the bathroom. You're never trying to force anything out. You're just relaxed on the toilet. If nothing's coming out, don't strain, don't ever strain. Get back up again, and you can just do some light stretching. What you can do, you can pace, do some small pacing around your house, and that's going to help that soft flush solution to work its way all around your small intestines and trigger this bowel movement. Eventually, when we go to the bathroom, you're gonna go. Okay, big logs are gonna first come out, because many people, your colon, it is so encrusted with old feces from 2024. Now it has a chance to come out, and over time, this solid is going to become softer. It's going to become soft poop, all right, and over time, it's going to become really, really soft. You want to take this opportunity and strike while the iron is hot. You can take this bottled water with you to the bathroom, continue to drink on this bottled water, but you don't just want to chug it. You want to drink it and don't hurt yourself. Go at a pace that you're comfortable with. Then you're going to tilt your head back down. You're going to exhale the air through the nose. You're only drinking down the water. I don't want you to drink down both the water and the air. That's going to make you burp. That's going to make you feel very uncomfortable because your stomach's going to be full of air. You only want that water to go down. Let that peristalsis work, because right now it is clearing out. The sulfur solution is clearing out that 20 feet, that 6 meters. There's very little obstruction in the way. So that water is going to rush through that 15 to 20 feet. It's going to pull out and then push out more of that waste material from the pipes. And where you're going to get torn brown water, lots of it. It is absolutely savage. Release the kraken, you're going to spew out so much dark brown material. Okay, I've been doing this for years now, and I'm still spewing out all this nasty stuff, even though I've been going on a regular basis. Listen, your body has an incredible ability to tuck away all this waste material in a corner, kind of like people are visiting you at your house, and then you're telling them, don't go to this room, don't go to that room, because you've been tucking away all this mess in a particular closet, in a particular room, and it's just a complete mess. Well, your body's been doing that with a whole bunch of food, especially if you've been chronically constipated. It begins to tuck into this corner over here. It begins to dilate your large intestines there. When we're getting all that waste material out, water coming out, this diarrhea tsunami, dark brown water, smell is absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Get yourself a fan. Get yourself some ventilation, making sure that your windows are open, because it smells that bad. It smells absolutely horrendous, especially the first couple times you do this. You have no idea what type of waste material and what type of material, what kind of a smell that it exudes. As you're chugging on this water, you'll notice that the water coming out should become lighter and lighter over time. It could be very pitch black, dark brown colored, then it's going to be lighter brown, then it's going to be yellow. By the time you finish bottled water, it should be coming out pretty yellowish, okay? And when you're done, you just relax, don't do anything. And the first thing you want to do when you're settled back down, you want to take some probiotics. You want to just find the right probiotics for you. Everyone's a little bit different. You can also just drink some apple cider vinegar that has probiotics in it. And you don't have to buy expensive probiotics. The one that I use is very inexpensive, but that's the one that works for me the best. I don't know which one you're going to have to buy. That's going to recoat back up your small and large intestines with this microbiome. Many people, because they've been throwing down so much antibiotics, they're losing that microbiome, they're losing that protective layer. I'm going to talk about that later on in the presentation. And the first thing you want to put down is actually electrolytes. Don't eat anything right away. You want to just put down juices, watermelon juice, pomegranate juice, coconut water. You can also sprinkle in some pink salt in this juice. You want to make your own Gatorade. There are also some electrolyte powders that you can get. You want to replenish back up your sodium, chloride, magnesium, potassium, calcium. Okay? Because your body needs all these things to thrive. Many people are depleted in their electrolytes. And when you go to the hospital, if it's not something serious, what do? They always put an IV in you, right? That saline solution. What is that? Electrolytes. And when you do feel hungry, the first thing you want to eat is something that is hot, very, very soft. It could be congee. It could be like some type of a stew, slow cooked, some type of, warming that you're going to be settled in. Do not go to the restaurant. Don't go eat a buffet after. You're going to throw up. You want to be eating slow. You guys understand? If you eat too fast, you might throw up. And if you don't feel hungry right away, you don't have to eat anything. Let your body rest. For most people out there, they've never given their digestive system a chance to rest, to really recover. Now, a lot of you may not use my protocol right away because you're so severely chronically constipated. You need to look into colon hydrotherapy or colonic. What this is, when you go there, the colon hydrotherapist is going to have you lay down on this apparatus, get your feet kicked up, and they're going to insert hot water inside your rectum to begin excavating this waste material out of your large intestine. Okay. This water temperature is going to be slightly higher than your body temperature because many people, their large intestine, they have hardened feces and they have to use that hot water to help escort it out. Some of you, you're so backed up, you may have to go a couple days in a week just to get back to somewhere normal. Divide and conquer this waste material out of that colon. Small intestines 15 feet, large intestines 5 feet. The colon hydrotherapy or colonic only targets your large intestine. It doesn't do anything for your small intestines. Always come back to human physiology. Spend the time at your local library, check out a couple of books, or you can find a bunch of free books online, human physiology. Really study up on this digestive system. The only difference between you and somebody else out there could be the length. Because some people are much, much taller. Some people are like 6'5", 7 feet tall. And some people are just much shorter. So the length of your small and large intestines may vary, but that's it. But categorically, we all have the same digestive system. So see me as a brother instead of two distant strangers, as Tupac would say. Now I'm going to jump into some liabilities concerns. If you guys have any questions, you guys can also follow or just send me some text on my YouTube, okay? If you want me to go over any specific slides or any questions that you may have, be happy to go over them. This is a toxic megacolon. This is a life-threatening complication. People, they're just eating and eating, but they're not using the bathroom. Well, where does that waste material go? It's still somewhere inside their body. So over time, you get that swelling and dilation of the large intestine to a point where the doctor said that this colon can no longer pack any more waste material. You have to remove the colon because it's life-threatening. This colon did not come out of a silverback gorilla, it came out of a human being. And you want to understand that your early signs of chronic constipation can one day end up like this. Because most people, they think that, well, I have insurance, I trust in the medical uh, industry, they can fix me up. Listen, you want to study up on these surgeries way before. So this left hemicolectomy, now they're removing certain sections of your colon, then they're going to plug and play, reattach your remaining sections over here. Colostomy, the remove this end portion of the descending portion of the colon. But they're going to have to install a stoma, which is a hole in the abdominal wall, which allows waste to leave the body. And you think that this cannot happen to you. Well, their entire Facebook pages, Instagram pages, or even TikTok pages talk about this. And look at the number of followers that they have. As we are dealing with chronic constipation that is going up, people that are dealing with this and the colostomy bag is only going up. Right hemicolectomy over here, doctors remove the ascending portion of the colon, more plug and play. They're going to reattach the small intestines to the remaining section. Over here, ileoanal anastomosis, doctors remove the colon completely, like this picture over here. But you may be wondering, how do they use the bathroom? Well, you're going to reuse the small intestine that's 15 feet. Right? Let's say, we got a lot of material here. We're going to create a pouch around the anus, which will allow the waste material to leave the body through the anus. But very likely, you're going to be dealing with several watery bowel movements daily. Very problematic because you may have to wear adult diapers for the rest of your life. Even at an early age, most people, they think that, oh, adult diapers, they must be somebody that are in their 70s and 80s. This could not happen to me. Listen, there are very young people out there that struggle with this because they kind of they neglected all these problems. And before they're even 40 years old, 45, even 50, they're dealing with this. They're dealing with some type of surgical procedure. And go look it up for yourself. Nothing I share is professional medical advice. You have to do the research yourself to see for yourself. Or if you're talking to your doctor and they are specialized in this field, you just ask them, how many surgeries do you perform on a quarterly basis or every single month? How many hemicolectomies do you do? How many ileoanal anastomosis do you perform? Or how many colostomy bags have you installed? Okay? And you can ask them year over year, is this number decreasing or is it increasing year over year for somebody that's been in this field for quite some time? Ulcerative colitis is also very common. People are experiencing different flare-ups. This can include diarrhea, bloody stools, abdominal cramping. People are throwing down a whole bunch of antibiotics 2025. They've been throwing it down for many years. And when you are throwing down a whole bunch of antibiotics, you are losing that microbiome, that protective layer. And the surface of your colon becomes ulcerative. And what doctors usually do in a situation like this, they're going to prescribe you a whole bunch of corticosteroids or immunosuppressants. And what these medications do, they suppress the symptom flare-ups in the short term, but they're not resolving the root of the problem. Same thing with Crohn's disease, another form of IBD, inflammatory bowel diseases. What are some of the signs and symptoms? You have diarrhea, stomach aches or cramps, blood in the stool, tiredness and fatigue. You have a lot of inflammation in the small and large intestines. And what doctors usually do in a situation like this, more corticosteroids, rectal prolapse. This is when individuals, they're sitting on the toilet for a very long time. Me personally, I was going down this path. I was at the CVS. I was buying these preparation H creams because I was developing hemorrhoids already. Listen, eventually, if you keep on doing that severe straining on the toilet, you're going to be developing rectum prolapse, because over here, when you go to your general practitioner, they're going to refer you to a proctologist. They're going to snap on their gloves to examine you. Well, they're going to say, hey, we're looking at some anal fissures. We got some breakages. We got some cracks and splittings. We can help you fix that. And what they do, they only focus on the colorectal area. They're going to identify different things like anal abscesses and fistulas. You may have infected cavities filled with pus near the anus or rectum, or you may have internal or external hemorrhage, and they're going to offer you different medical procedures to fix them. You always have to ask yourself, am I resolving the symptoms or the root of the problem? So all this stuff is connected to your colon, right? So if your colon is still messed up, it is chronically constipated, don't you think it's just a matter of time before you're going to go back to your proctologist for another round of surgeries? Because you're going to develop new hemorrhoids, you're going to develop new rectal prolapses, anal fistulas, abscesses, because that severe straining continues. This is an example of fecal and vomiting. Somebody asked, has anyone vomited fecal matter because it can go down? What do you need to do about it? Well, in a 2-year study at the LA County Harvard General Hospital, there were 23 cases of fecal and vomiting. So you got all this waste material getting backed up. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the picture so you guys can understand. Over here, this is the colon. It is completely backed up with waste material. So we're talking about the green section here, right? So the green section can no longer pack down any more waste material. You already continue to dilate, it continues to expand to accommodate all this waste shit you've eaten all over the years. But where is that waste material going to go? It's going to work its way backwards through the small intestines, through the 15 feet, that 4.5 meters, and eventually all that waste material is going to end up in your stomach. And from here, you're going to experience violent reverse peristalsis. You're going to throw up your own feces. This is not science fiction. If you extrapolate out this number, they're getting about 1 case of fecal and vomiting per month at this LA County Harvard General Hospital. So think about the thousands and thousands of hospitals all around the United States. They're probably getting about 1 per month. Now, there are people that are just desperately posting online to resolve their chronic constipation to no avail. They've already gone down, tried different things, and I want you guys to put yourself in the shoes of individuals who are suffering incredible pain. Now, they're posting publicly, but I covered up their names. This person says, I'm impacted, all home remedies, OTC, laxatives, enemas, dietary changes, additions, nutritional oils, quit working last month, all of a sudden. The ER can reach her, and the enemas didn't work. The highest doses of lenses does nothing. And the Miralax colonoscopy prep is giving you overflow diarrhea. Small bits are coming off the impaction. Probably from the hospital, enemas, I got hazardous. What else can I do? I feel like the impaction is just way too big to get out. Seems like nothing is softening it enough. Now, another person says, hello, I've been struggling with severe chronic constipation a couple years now, but it's only gotten worse over the last 6 months or so. I've been prescribed Trulance and lenses, highest doses for both, and neither of those medications are working very well for me at this point. I can pass a little bit of stool, but not much, so I'm constantly extremely backed up. I have to spend about half my waking hours lying down because I'm so bloated and nauseous and often in pain. As far as OTC laxatives, nothing really works there either. Localized enema, suppositories, magnesium citrate, nothing works. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy today, but couldn't keep the bowel prep down. The procedure had been rescheduled for a month from now, and one of the nurses at my GI office prescribed a pill-based cleanse. The pill is called Sutab, and I was warned ahead of time that patients often have trouble completely emptying their bowels with this pill. So given my struggles, I'm doubtful that this will actually work for me. Here's my question. Has anyone here gone to the point where nothing works? Meds or OTC, laxatives, and had to have some of in-office medical procedure done? I'm so sick and so miserable. But what about professional colonics? I'm not even sure how those work. If anyone has any advice or experience with this, I'd be very grateful if you could share with me what you ended up doing and what the outcome was like. Thank you. Now put yourself in the shoes of this individual right here. Think about all the different things this person tried already. They tried OTC laxatives. The reason why they had access to Trulance and lenses because they went to the GI doctor. They were prescribed these prescription strength laxatives. They've already tried colonoscopy. I don't know. This is the first one. Okay, but even that colonoscopy, not successful with it. And there's just that desperation in their writing, in their whole demeanor. Nothing really works. Over here it says nothing really works, nothing works, nothing works. After all this time, so this person's been struggling with severe chronic constipation a couple years now. All this time, this person doesn't even know how colonics work. The GI doctor, I'm surprised none of them told her or told him, listen, you may need to go get a colon hydrotherapist to get everything cleaned out. All right. Now, I think there's a lot more to this as well. There could be other intestinal obstructions in the way, but most people, they overlook these other intestinal obstructions, and I'm going to discuss what those are. Because look at this person, they already tried everything, nothing works, and I know there are individuals out there that I've spoke with. They're in this rat race. They work with one GI doctor, doesn't work, or go to another, and then they try a naturopathic doctor, doesn't work. Now they're going acupuncture, doesn't work. Now they're doing acupressure, pressure points, doesn't work. Well, most people are overlooking this topic. The presence of internal parasites. What's causing that unknown intestinal obstruction? We're going to talk a little bit about the liver fluke, pinworms, tapeworms, or roundworms. These are full-blown organisms. They can grow to such an incredible size. You don't even need a microscope to see them. So over here, most people, they just assume that these internal parasites only reserved for developing countries. Wrong. People are finding worms in their Whole Food Market salmon, Costco salmon. In the real Canadian superstore, Alberta man gets first known Canadian case of worms from the grocery store raw salmon. Listen, he wasn't the first, and he's definitely not going to be the last. There are parasite museums around the world. This one is in Japan. They got 60,000 specimens in this one museum alone. The United States also has a national parasite collection. It has 100,000 different parasites in this collection with an annual growth rate of 1,000 to 1,500 specimens per year. Our database or our knowledge base regarding parasites continues to grow year over year. Now, I'm not saying every single last parasite is going to attack the human body, but I'm saying there's going to be at least 10,000 attacking the human body. We have a lot of books and resources on this topic. A Century of Parasitology, Veterinary Parasitology. Go to the Library of Congress online or archive.org. You'll find a lot of great resources to teach you, to help you learn about these different internal parasites. Now, liver flukes, they first hatch in water and they work their way up through the food chain. They first attack an intermediate host, such as the snail. They're going to grow to a certain size, exit the snail, land on some vegetation. Next, you have the cow or the sheep comes over to consume that vegetation, and that's how this liver fluke continues to survive. Liver flukes, they love to target the liver due to its nutritional content. As the liver is a storage of vitamins and minerals. It also has glycogen to help regulate blood sugar levels. You guys can research on this later on YouTube. On Animal Planet, this lady was struggling with liver flukes for years. Just type in Animal Planet liver flukes and you guys can watch this presentation. And I think this presentation, this documentary, is definitely real because I even found a doctor that is currently practicing now in Charleston, South Carolina. So if you are in ranching, liver flukes are very common in cattle and sheep. Over here, that's the liver king. He recommends his followers to eat raw liver for nutritional content. Well, if you're eating raw liver, you may be consuming liver flukes or the eggs of liver flukes. People are experimenting with raw foods, steak tartare. This is the French version, Korean version, or people are rushing through Korean barbecue. If you are eating undercooked meats, there's a lot of risk. This is the tapeworm. Tapeworms are very common. This is the rostellum. They latch onto your small and large intestines. They continue to absorb your nutrients. These are the different suckers that they have. They anchor themselves onto the intestinal walls. And you guys can study up on these life cycles, how they work their way up the food chain. There are different species of tapeworms. This is the fish tapeworm. And there are pork tapeworms and there are beef tapeworms. Go look them up, study their life cycles. Tapeworms are very problematic because they're hermaphrodites. So over here, that's the head. And their tail section, they're called probiotics. Probiotics is a reproductive system. They reproduce all by themselves. So over here, imagine you have just one beef tapeworm, and this one beef tapeworm has 1,000 probiotics. Inside one probiotic, it produces 100,000 eggs. So you're dealing with 100 million eggs. Death by 1,000 cuts. Your body is always in overdrive. It's always inflamed because that's to deal with all its internal parasites. Somebody pulled out a 59 feet long tapeworm in Thailand. So that's roughly 18 meters. This is the type of intestinal obstruction that I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if you can use the best laxatives in the world. If you are going to the GI doctor, they're giving you prescription strength laxatives. There are other things that are in the way that is obstructing your waste material from exiting. Internal parasites. And most people, they overlook this topic. If you talk to most doctors about this topic, they will roll their eyes at you, they will mock you, they will even gaslight you and tell you what's all in your head. And for those of you like to eat intestine dishes, you like to eat sushi, sashimi, hot seafood, hot pot, a lot of risk. Roundworms are very common. They're very common in your pets, in your cats and dogs, rabbits and ducks. According to CDC, estimated 800 million to 1.2 billion people worldwide are infected with roundworms. Now this is somebody, they're getting all their roundworms out of their colon. So this came out of a human being, not some animal. So if you're dealing with stomach cramps or pain, unexplained nausea, weight gain, weight loss, swollen lymph nodes, digestive problems, okay, diarrhea, persistent gas, you have rashes going on, eczema, hives, itching, it could be internal parasites. You have this many roundworms sitting inside of you, of course that waste material is going to have a tough time exiting out of your body. Once again, these are roundworms. This is not pasta from the Olive Garden. Cysticercosis is also very common. Cysts could develop inside your organs as well. And they're very common in your pets. Parasites with their high reproductive rate, adaptability, strength in numbers, stamina, and survival. This is the tapeworm getting pulled out of a cat. And these are roundworms. They're getting expelled from American bully. And over here we have a cat. They're getting a botfly extracted. Botflies are very common in Africa. And you guys go study up on the botfly. The botfly is crazy because it first attacks a mosquito. And the mosquito attacks you, and that's how they lay their eggs on the surface of your skin. What are the different risks? If you're eating raw meats, okay, raw organs, if you're eating undercooked meats, you have risk. If you are drinking contaminated water, you have risk. If you're dealing with pets, you're letting them lick all over your face. Very cute for the TikTok videos and Instagram, but that's how a lot of people get parasites. Now, of course, raw vegetables also carry the risk. Now, you do have an immune system. You have white blood cells, different white blood cells that can identify these pathogens and eliminate them. But right now, we're living in an age where people are dealing with a very much weakened immune system. And I would say corticosteroid therapy attributes to that weakened immune system. When you are taking so many corticosteroids, you're telling your white blood cells, don't go to work. So these parasites, they continue to survive and replicate unencumbered. So over here, somebody's getting their roundworms pulled out of their liver one by one. Parasites, they can siege, they place a siege, they're going to breach. They can penetrate through the intestinal walls. That's to say, if you're dealing with leaky gut syndrome, ulcerative colitis, parasites exit through your intestinal walls, and they're going to occupy another organ. They're going to survive and replicate inside that organ. They're going to capitulate your organs one by one. That's what they do. That's what they do best. Pinworms are very common. Now, according to this PubMed article, it's affecting almost 1 billion people worldwide from all socioeconomic classes. In the United States, it affects 20 to 42 million people with a high prevalence among children, institutional population. So not just with children. If you see a lot of adults, they're scratching their behind discreetly, it's very common. It's very likely pinworms. Today we only talked about a few parasites. And there's so many other parasites for you to study. You guys go look up rope worms. Okay, you guys go study up some single cell protozoan websites. Some of them, they're extremely small, okay? And they can target your red blood cells. If you're looking at malaria is an example of single cell protozoan website. Go read them, go look them up. These are some of the herbal blends you guys want to look into. Not professional medical advice. You got to look into clove bud, all right? Look into wormwood. It's been used as a traditional herbal medicine to treat different parasitic infections. Garlic extract, oregano extract, many different products in the market. Wormwood, black walnut, okay, Mebezidil, Vermox, this is OTC. Intestinal Edge, Intestine Pro. Panicure C for your pets, that's Fenbenzidil. This is cysticercosis of a patient. So parasites that gone outside of the digestive tract that begin to attack even muscle fibers. Or people are experiencing neural cysticercosis, showing up to the hospital, epileptic seizures, headaches. Well, they did an MRI scan. They're looking at a lot of these worms inside their brain. These parasites are literally eating their brains. So for your pets, you can look into different products. They're also using herbal blends. This is for human beings. Okay, Paragard, Advanced Intestinal Flora Support. Okay, what do they have? Clove bud, okay, pumpkin seed, wormwood, walnut hull, okay. Over here with the pets, they use oregano extract. Okay, they have black walnut extract, pumpkin seed extract, Oregon mountain grapefruit extract. So look these up. Work with your vets. You want to work with vets that actually understand about these internal parasites and getting rid of them using herbal products as well. You want to detox in this order. You want to detox the small and large intestines regularly, at least 4 times, starting with once a week. You must be proficient with this one protocol, the one that I talked about first. Then that gives you the prerequisite to take anti-parasite herbs 3 days in a row. After you take 3 days in a row, you want to detox small and large intestines to flush out any dead parasites. Many people, they just want to jump into parasite cleanse right away. They don't even know how to get their small and large intestines cleaned out. And they're experiencing a whole bunch of Herxheimer reactions. They may get a fever, chills, diarrhea, headaches, or rashes. Well, divide and conquer this waste material. And then you want to have the confidence, if you do take these herbal blends, you have the confidence of flushing out the dead parasites. Just a quick introduction on liver. So over here, you got to learn, before you learn about how to improve the condition of your liver, you want to first study up on liver anatomy. So over here, that's the liver. Over here, the gallbladder. Many people are congested right here with a lot of gallstones. This is the common bile duct. The common bile duct is also connected to your pancreas. This pancreatic duct right here. Many people are experiencing stages of liver damage right now, okay? A lot of people don't even know what cirrhosis is. I'm going to show you what cirrhosis is. It looks like this. So over here, you see how it's just completely messed up. It has a whole bunch of these intrahepatic stones in it. They call them nodules. Now, people can develop this even without drinking alcohol. But this is somebody apparently drinking excessive alcohol. When you're drinking a lot of alcohol, your liver has to process all of it. When you get to this type of stage, it's basically organ failure. You're either going to get a liver transplant words goodbye, okay? But let me just tell you, we're all, if we don't take care of our liver, what's going to happen is that it only gets progressively worse. A healthy liver going to end up in a fatty liver situation. Then it's going to be liver fibrosis. Then it's going to be cirrhosis. You don't want to wait until that happens. You want to first begin clearing out the gallbladder, get the waste material out of the gallbladder, because many people, they have gallstones sitting inside their gallbladder. You got to be able to flush that out, and over time, even the stones in your intrahepatic ducts can be flushed out. Is it going to take time? It's going to take effort. There will be times of discomfort, of course. But I'm just telling you, you have to push through, okay? If you really want it. I mean, if you don't want it, you don't want it. I'm just saying, listen, many people go down this path. They have a congested gallbladder right here, and the doctors, they're going to tell you to do the surgery. They're going to poke 4 holes into you. They're going to extract your gallbladder. This is a very profitable surgery for them. Also, post-surgery complications. But I'm just saying, if you want liver detox, it's going to take years. I'm already 2 years into it. I'm still at it. I started my liver cleanse in 2023. On a 2-week basis, every 2 weeks, I do the liver cleanse. And this is what I experienced so far. No more joint pains, deeper sleep, faster recovery from sports and injuries, restore libido health, okay, faster metabolism, faster hair and nail growth, overall youthfulness. You can run longer, lift heavier without supplementation. When you have a healthy liver, because it filters your blood 24/7, 365, right? Your liver is responsible for filtering your blood. And it's filtering 1,000 liters per day, 250 gallons. And if you can improve the condition of your liver, you're going to lift so much pressure off your kidneys. And that's something I'm going to talk about next. You don't want to wait until you have a diseased kidney to try fixing it. You have to assume that right now there's so much room for improvement for your kidneys to have. And the way to do that is, hey, I need to get the waste material out of these kidneys. Otherwise, you're just going to go down on the different stages of kidney damage. And what they're going to do, they're going to put you on dialysis, right? Because this thing has a market value of 181 billion per year. So right now it's about 95, but it has a CAGR, compound annual growth rate, about 8%, right? So in another 10 years, in 2032, almost 10 years, you're going to be dealing with a market at over 180 billion. So if you do not want to have dialysis, you want to learn how you can get these toxins out of your kidneys way before. And also another lesson is upstream, downstream, right? If you are having problems upstream with your kidneys, you're going to have problems with your bladder, you're going to have problems with your prostate. With the ladies, they may also have bladder problems, or they're going to be dealing with UTIs if you are not healthy up here. This is very similar to, hey, why would you go to a proctologist to fixing something downstream where you know it's only a temporary fix, right? A lot of doctors say, oh, you have a prostate problem, let's fix the prostate. Listen, they don't look on top. And some people, they're so down the path, they're already on dialysis. So now they're just patching things up as they can. And before you know it, everyone going down this path of multiple organ failures. To share a really quick story, a couple years ago, I was at the hospital and I was going there because my friend got into a motorcycle accident. So we were in the ICU, right? I was just walking around, I was observing a lot of the patients that were in the ICU. I was wondering, okay, how did these people even get here? Did they get into a motorcycle accident, car accident like my friend? No. I mean, I'm an average guy. I'm not a doctor. I'm just using my eyes to see, okay? You will find so many people with edemas. Edemas is swollen feet, fluid retention. Some of them, they have weeping edema. The feet, they broke. Basically, the skin, it burst, and now you just have pus and fluids flowing out of the feet. Those are all signs of multiple organ failure. I saw so many cases of individuals, and I'm sure the doctors don't know how to deal with these patients. What do? They put you in the IV, get you kind of stable, and tell you to go home. Unless you really want to opt in for an amputation, that's another something they can do. So I'm just saying, y'all, the path to life is so narrow, okay? And every single day matters. I don't want you to push things off as 2025. I don't know where you are with your health, okay? Maybe some of y'all listen to this conversation, my presentation. You may need to opt in for a one-on-one consultation with me. I don't know what you need to do. But if you go on my link tree, all right, today we talked about cleaning out the small and large intestine. This is his first program right here. Now, some of you, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you may want to just tap in on this 60-minute coaching call, right? Over here, some of you watch my videos, already benefited from my free videos. You can send me a tip. All right, if you want to work with me one-on-one with your health transformation in 30 days, keeping you accountable. So we're going to teach you a lot of stuff in this 30 days. We're going to be on 4 separate calls. And a lot of you are finding so many free information online. But the reason why your health is not improving is simply because you never pay any attention to it. It's just another free PDF in your download folder. You never look at it, so you don't think there's any value in it. So until you start to put your real money into it, you're not going to value what I have to offer. Now, there are plenty of people out there, they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a meme coin. Okay, I'm not joking. If you go to Dex Screener right now, all right, let's take a quick look. And this is real money people are putting on the line for a virtual coin somebody created. Let's take a quick look. So over here, USD. Somebody's spending over $1,000 on this. Okay, look at all these buys and sells. Over $1,000 on a coin. Somebody spent $1,700, over $3,000, $1,200, $2,500. And this is one of many coins that are out there. And most people, they're like, I'm willing to spend money, thousands and thousands of dollars on some NFT, on crypto, okay? But when it comes to spending a couple $100 on their own health, oh, I don't want to do that. That's too expensive. Listen, if you don't invest in your health when you're relatively young and healthy, you're going to have to pay for it later on, one way or another. So I always like to think about things in liabilities concerns, because I've already seen them with my own family members. Okay? They get to a certain place in their life and they just keep on trusting what the doctors tell them to do. They're on a whole bunch of medications, but they're not getting any better. They're only getting progressively worse. And many of you, because if you overlook these videos, you overlook this free information, you don't think there's any value in it, then you're going to continue to suffer. And it's going to be a slow death. I kid you guys not. That's how the system is designed. They don't want to get rid of you right away. They want you to slowly cripple you over time. Just one medication after the next, So your body, over time, gets chronically inflamed. They want to drag this out. So you slowly deteriorate your internal organs. Your blood viscosity is going to go up. And now they're going to be, they want your whole calendar to be scheduled with doctor visits. Every single week there's something new. You want to go to this one specialist, they can't figure it out. They're going to refer you to another specialist. Now you're fighting over insurance. You're going to have to figure out which testing is covered by your insurance, which isn't. There are many people out there all over the world struggle with this routine. So over here, I have some very, very inexpensive PDFs. Over here, this is only $8. The No BS Guide to Digest the System. Over here, there's another $8. Get rid of internal parasites for better skin and lose weight. If you want to improve your liver health, increase energy and sex drive, this is another PDF for only $8. Over here, if you want to learn about the liver cleanse, this is an $80 program. I just put together this recently. I highly recommend for those of you, only if you master my first program. My first program is only $40. Okay. This program right here will teach you the basics of detox, getting the waste material out of your body. For example, I'm show you guys how this works. So video 1, I'm going to share a little bit of my story, introduction to the digestive system. I'm going to teach you guys the self-flush shopping list, how to make the self-flush, do this exactly, how to drink the self-flush, do this exactly, how to poop professionally, what to do after the self-flush. Video 7, how to get rid of internal parasites, and I've recently included a bonus video on the electrolytes. So if you buy this program, even when I update this program in the future, you get it for free, okay? And you can always come back to it and figure out, what do I need to do to improve the condition of my health, right? I'm still on the journey. I don't have everything figured out. I'm still on the hunt for great information that can improve my internal organs one by one. Because I have a lot of goals, I have a lot of plans, and I'm sure many of you, 2025, you have money goals, relationship goals, vacation goals. You can't achieve any of that stuff without vibrant health. There are many people in the hospitals right now. They are bedridden, they're under a lot of pain and suffering, and they wish they had the opportunity to reverse the time and be like, why didn't I take better care of my health when I was younger? Why didn't I recognize the early signs of chronic constipation? Why did I just let it sit 2 to 3 days at a time, 3 to 4 days at a time? And then it became 1 week at a time. If you're not going to the bathroom 7 days in a row consistently, you're only using the bathroom 52 times a year. There are 365 days in a year. It should be your utmost priority to use the bathroom, have bowel movements every single day. Now, if you're fasting, that's different. Okay, if you're fasting, obviously, you're not going to be using the bathroom every day. But most people, they're not fasting. Right? So you have to get the waste material out. So I want to open up the rest of this call for any questions. Okay, I see some people on my YouTube. So hello. I don't know who's here, but appreciate you. I know some people, they show up. Who knows? It may be Jan. Jan, is it you? Or is it South Carolina? Who's here? Thanks for the hearts. Where's yeah, let me know who's actually here. Be happy to connect with you and help you answer any questions you may have regarding digestive health. You got, is it Jan from Arizona or South Carolina? There's this lady, she has night shift. She works in South Carolina, and that's how I So I really appreciate whoever's on here watching. I've been watching for a very long time, and I think it's probably the same person from last week as well, probably the week before. Because, yeah, usually when I do these presentations, nobody watching. They usually watch them maybe later, but when it's live, I don't have a lot of audience. But I'm working on that, I'm going to check my YouTube. So over here, checking my different So this is definitely what I'm trying to avoid, right? So Now I can probably do a quick search on kidney failure. And here's my personal take. I don't really understand why people want to eat internal organs for nutritional value, because it's a filter, right? So people are just eating these waste filtering organs. It doesn't make any sense. So see this? So you want to study up on this early as possible, before your kidneys have any problems, because most people, they're dealing with symptoms. Okay, so over here, these are different forms of kidney disease. Look at how you get all these different bumps, right? Just like the photo that we looked earlier with the liver failure, cirrhosis. That's how these organs fail over time. And we got to find ways to get them cleaned out. Now, I'm using an herbal way to do it right now. It seems to be working great. I've been doing it for a couple of months now, but I don't recommend that right away for most people. So the book you guys want to read on that is on Juris Mortis. Okay, so liver and gallbladder. So in chapter 4, he really outlines, well, the liver cleanse, but in chapter 5, if I remember correctly, he focuses on the kidneys. And that's what I follow on. I read through this book cover to cover, and I want you guys just to read through this yourself, okay? And figure out if this is the right thing for you. The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush. So this is not just about buying some type of a supplement. It's about getting the waste material out of your internal organs, so your organs can actually revive themselves. Okay. Well, so we actually have people on my YouTube. What's going on? Do you guys have any questions? Am I looking at this wrong? Yeah. Alright, thanks so much for watching this video. You guys have an amazing rest of your week. And just reach out to me with any questions. I'll talk to you soon.